Hi guys, Serena here with another Woolly Nomad tutorial, or tips if you like. So I am actually knitting on a baby cardie called the Classic Baby Cardie, which I'm designing actually as I go along. And I have, it's in a bit of a muddle. Let me just organise this a bit. Oh, sorry about that. Just show you what it is that I've done. So this is the body. I've cast on and I've knit some rib. Now I'm at the point where I want to make buttonholes. So this is going to be an integrated button band. And so I don't have to add anything on. It's all in one, which makes it less hassle later on. So what I do with an integrated button band is when I cast on extra stitches. So what I've done is I've cast on an extra 5 stitches on either side. And the idea is to add in the buttonholes as I go along. Oops. Side, and the idea is to add in the buttonholes as I go along. So every 4th or 5th row or 6th row, however I organize it, I'm going to add a buttonhole in. So I'm just going to show you how to add the buttonhole, and then you just carry on knitting basically. So this is assuming you already know how to cast on and knit some rib. If you don't, go over to my tips playlist, Woolly Nomad on YouTube, tips playlist that is, and check it out, because there are some tips on how to cast on and also how to do a knit and how to do a purl, which is a rib basically. Right, okay, so for this we are first of all, I'm just getting a bit closer. The first thing we do is we slip the first stitch. So every row you start knitting, you slip the first stitch. Doesn't matter if it's a knit stitch or if it's a purl stitch. So I slip that first stitch, then the next stitch is a knit stitch, so I knit that stitch. The next 2 stitches I am going to knit together, but I need to do a yarn over to create the hole for the buttonhole. Knit those 2 together, and there we have our quite small buttonhole really, but that's fine because it's a baby jumper and it's going to be small buttons. And then the last stitch we carry on, and in this case it's a purl. So we have 5 stitches, and that is going to build up into the button band. Yeah, and be the button band basically. So I've knit the row, and this is where I am, but I've not made any holes here on this side of the button band. Now this is where I made the hole, and I made it from the back, but it makes no difference, you can make it either way. And the reason I made it from the back is I wanted this side to be the front because of the way the stitch is at the edge. On the other side it's a slightly more bobbly edge, which I didn't really want. Wanted a smoother looking edge, which is what this is, a more perhaps crochet looking edge. It's not crochet, mind you. The cast on was a cable cast on, and it makes this nice edge when you cast on with a cable cast on. And like I said, if you go to my tutorials, there's a tutorial in there somewhere for casting on, and I think it is cable. I think I've pegged it as the easy cast on because I find it the easiest. Anyway, back to this. So that's going to be that part of the button band on the bottom. That's where the button's going to go, and this is the buttonhole. And because it's a boy, the overlap is this way round. If it was a girl, it would be this way round. So you can organise it accordingly, or not worry about that at all. I don't think it matters anymore whether or not you have it this way round or that way round. But anyway, this is the I think I might even be wrong about this, but I think this is where you have it if it's the boy button band, if you like. Right, so now I'm going to show you again how I start, just because. So this is the next row, and I slip the stitch. Oh, hang on though, but you need the yarn behind. Slip the stitch and then knit as normal, because at the moment I'm still doing the rib. So when I finish the rib, then I will only knit 5 rib stitches for the button band, and the rest will be just knitting. But at the moment, because I'm still ribbing, I'm going to do the rest in rib. Anyway, I hope that is helpful. how to, it's all very unwieldy, how to make the edge neat by basically slipping the stitch every time you knit, and how to make the hole, and it's going to be a small hole for a small button, but it is a baby cardie, so that's fine. Happy knitting!